What's up, guys? Yonder and Neko here, and Death Battle is officially back. We're doing a live reaction of OMNIMAN vs. BARDOCK. I'm looking forward to it. Expect a review of the episode in a few days after I gather all my thoughts, watch it a few more times. Just talking to pass the time until just making sure it's recording. Good. Alright. So, just passing the time. I'm looking forward to this. I've been a fan of Death Battle since Season 1. And it's starting, so let's fucking go. Oh gosh, 3, 2, first episode of Death Battle 2024.
This battle is sponsored by Manscaped.
Well, I guess they're bringing the fight back.
Versus BARDOCK,
the ostracized Viltrumite and the doomed Saiyan.
He's Wiz and I'm
this devil ant third in this animation
and
looks...
skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I'm looking forward to this a whole lot.
OMNIMAN, Earth's once greatest hero. Alongside the Guardians of the Globe, he protected the world from all manner of threats. And then, in a single day, it all went horribly wrong.
Why, OMNIMAN?
How OMNIMAN? Who OMNIMAN?
Who indeed? Champion of Earth, best-selling author J.K. Simmons, yet it was all a charade. With his
Spider-Man's boss.
To a halt, thanks to his own son.
It all starts with his home planet,
Damn.
Viltrum.
It's crazy to think that J. Jonah Jameson is a secret superhero.
Or, wait, no, that came later.
Viltrumites are among the most powerful beings in the universe, even more so after they purge the weaker members of their
brother. I cannot get behind the fact that he likes bugs. That's just too weird, bro.
Species. As a vanguard of the Viltrumite Empire, OMNIMAN infiltrated Earth as Nolan Grayson, expected to prepare the planet for Imperial assimilation.
Which should have been easy, since he's got your classic strongman superpowers and he's basically invulnerable, easily knocking around asteroids the size of Texas.
He can fly at unbelievable speeds, soaring from Earth to the planet Thraxa in under 1 week. Thraxa is, quote, a couple galaxies away, give or take, so a minimum of 2 galaxies. Beyond the Milky Way's neighbor Andromeda,
well, the editing is on point.
Triangulum galaxy,
not gonna
which
lie.
is 2.7 million light years away. Reaching it in under 1 week means OMNIMAN must have flown over 142 million times faster than
anyone's ever calculated him to be, so that's
he was in a rush.
debatable.
He was on a soul-searching trip, contemplating the significance of smashing his own son's face in. Think, Nolan, think.
Yeah, this is why I'm never having kids.
You're missing out. But according to another Viltrumite, Thetis, a bunch of other Viltrumites who actually were in a hurry flew to Viltrum across the Virgo supercluster in less than 24 hours.
What is that?
Over 20 billion times faster than light.
You don't really need to rush anyway. The older a Viltrumite gets, the slower they age.
According to the Invincible Handbook, Nolan is over 2,000 years old. And regardless of age, Viltrumites don't suffer muscle fatigue like humans do, so they rarely ever tire out.
Seriously? He's got parenting easy mode on, and he couldn't even handle that. I would have killed for that back when my daughter was born.
Well, you would have to be a Viltrumite first. A Viltrumite's body contains smart atoms, which they subconsciously manipulate. This cellular structure can effectively recall certain states of being,
thing I will say I like is that they're actually explaining what the fuck smart atoms do, rather than the stupid, how can DNA control atoms when atoms are made of, with like DNA is made of atoms?
Nolan is incredibly
tough. I will say, it's like actually nice that they're telling you what the smart atoms do.
This is why Viltrumites are considered
title draw.
Most weapons in the universe can't even scratch a Viltrumite like him.
Even a ship's cannon like this one can't take down a Viltrumite, and it obliterated a massive solar disk nearly half the size of a star.
Speaking of planets, he's strong enough to shatter one by flying straight through it.
Okay, no. That is very context specific. The planet was like was already had a destabilized core, and they had to strike in a specific place. I'm calling Cap. He does not get the planet punch.
It has a whole ring around it.
The Roche limit factor dictates the size a celestial body must be in order to disperse orbiting material as a ring. In short, an Earth-sized planet can't support such a ring, meaning this one must be much larger.
And don't get me started on how the ring is actually made up of dead bodies because, spoilers? Just go read the comic.
If Roche isn't doing it for you, this planet also supports 5 moons in its orbit, and even the smallest is a perfect sphere, meaning its own gravity shaped it. At minimum, a moon like that must have a diameter of 600 kilometers.
Isn't this like low-key the same way people like power scale One Piece? Like, oh, it has multiple moons, so therefore the planet's like bigger than Earth or... Wonder. Gosh.
Or 370
literal
miles.
One
Comparing
Piece
this
moment.
to the planet's diameter, we can tell this world is nearly 14 times larger than Earth.
Or it was before, you know, kablam.
Now, OMNIMAN does have his weaknesses. Monsters like Ragnar's can pierce Viltrumite flesh, and he's extremely sensitive to a specific high-pitched frequency, which can destabilize his body's equilibrium.
But his real weakness turned out to be, you guessed it, fatherhood. Thanks to his son Mark, Nolan began to re-examine his perspective
dad
and his
joke.
place
That's
in the universe.
a
He
boost.
settled down in a new place, got himself a new job, and even had a new kid with his new wife, who's a bug.
Ew.
Bug lady, he banged a bug.
Why, OMNIMAN? How, OMNIMAN?
Hey, everyone deals with parenting stress in their own way. When Nolan was lecturing to Mark about how insignificant people are, Mark wasn't the only one he was trying to convince, if you catch my drift.
Nolan Grayson's real mission isn't planetary conquest or saving the innocent. It's to discover if a violent man who can break the world can also be a good father.
Godspeed, OMNIMAN.
Well, that is a rather deep
In the
send-off.
far reaches of the cosmos laid a world
Let's
with
hear
a people
about
like
BARDOCK
no other,
now.
born and raised to do just one thing: fight.
The Saiyans, a proud warrior people from the planet Vegeta, ruled by, King Vegeta. Well, narcissist punch.
Exactly. Their pride blinded them to the truth of their impending doom. But perhaps one Saiyan represented the best of them, even during their waning glory days.
BARDOCK! He's cool, he's crude, he's got a bad attitude, and if he goes apeshit, you're totally screwed.
And
And
he's
guess what?
the guy I'm
Father of
expecting
Goku.
to
Oh,
win
wow, I never
this.
would have guessed.
Right?
I'm actually
What a curveball.
So what
That-
does that make Turtle?
I'm gonna try to actually stay out of like the debates on who wins which matchup this season, just to so I could be a bit more surprised by stuff. Granted, Death Battle is fond of their Speed Blitz one-shot matchup, so it's usually an obvious winner, but again, gonna try to avoid the whole debate scene this
BARDOCK was
time.
a cold-blooded killer, ruthlessly conquering planets in service to the Saiyans' true
To a
overseer,
quarter,
Lord
right?
Frieza.
They didn't just conquer planets, they wiped out every living thing, leaving Frieza uninhabited rocks to sell away. BARDOCK was an asshole. Well, until he wasn't.
BARDOCK's story has evolved over the years, with multiple iterations to draw from.
Including one where he's a brilliant scientist.
But only one is considered officially canon. BARDOCK's demeanor
Yeah.
began to shift when he met and eventually
I'm
married
not
fellow warrior
saying
Keenan,
he
and had two
needs super scaling to win this,
sons,
but
Raditz and Kakarot.
if we
No,
can
BARDOCK
scale him
didn't
to
go
like
totally
super
soft. He was
speeds,
still a ruthless warrior. You know that
Then-
iconic red headband of his? It's
Well.
stained with the blood of his fallen friends. Hardcore.
BARDOCK
Fucking
could fly,
badass.
move faster than light, and was naturally adept in using his ki as an explosive weapon.
AKA shooting lasers from his hands. True to his brutal screw you nature, BARDOCK's moves are all about overwhelming power. His final spirit cannon is like a key-powered bazooka. His rebellion hammer punch ignites enemies
Well, at
on
least the
contact,
attack
and his
names are
rebellion
cool.
spear basically turns him into a supercharged battering ram. Damn, the guy has no chill. He will run you over, break your
The
spine, light you
Bhutan.
on fire, and then move on to the next guy. All in a day's work for a Saiyan.
Marriage didn't change that. While Bardock cared for Gine, in fact being one of few Saiyans of his time to actually have a romantic partner, he was still no family man. Like most Saiyans, he saw his sons as nothing more than
Hey,
future
they at least
soldiers.
got a lad its
Bardock was a
cameo.
low-class warrior, so it was unlikely his kids would grow up to be anything more than battlefield fodder.
But they would still possess the Saiyans' power, a transformation that was the key to their planetary devastation.
Big Monkey!
Monkey.
Under the light of a full moon, a Saiyan with a tail manifests the Uzaru.
This great ape form increases Bardock's power tenfold, turning him into an unstoppable kaiju. Quick,
Monkey.
someone call Yajirobe!
While some Saiyans can maintain control over this berserker form, low-class warriors like Bardock don't receive the same level of training as those of higher birth. Prince Vegeta's control is so precise he can speak while changed, but Bardock cannot.
Hell, it's questionable if he even remembers everything that happens when he goes full tilt gorilla. The Saiyan strategy is pretty much just monkey see, monkey smash.
Despite being low class, Bardock's power level nearly matched that of King Vegeta, who could destroy multiple planets at once. At about this time, King Vegeta's power level was around 10,000.
Yeah, we know power levels are kinda janky. Nobody can agree on what the number really means.
Outside of his fight with Gas, Bardock doesn't really show any high-end feats in canon, but we can use power levels to
Well.
compare him to other characters with similar levels to better understand his potential.
Like when his son fought Prince Vegeta. What's the
Well.
scouter say about his power level? It's over
8,000.
Yeah, the dub changed it to fit Vegeta's lip flaps, but we only cover the cold hard truth, damn it.
According to this movie pamphlet, Goku's power level between his fight with Vegeta and his trip to Namek was
Wait, did they
10,000.
just do
This
the
movie pamphlet,
fucking
Goku's
sword
power level-
jack?
Lip flaps, but we only cover the cold hard truth, damn it.
According to this movie
Fucking
pamphlet, Goku's
Vegeta
power level between his fight with
sword jack.
Vegeta and his trip to Namek was 10,000.
Okay, that's
this lines up
actually
with that
funny
previous
editing.
reading and puts him on par with Bardock. Goku's training during the trip eventually raised him to 90,000 upon arrival, but this gives us a clear window.
Yeah, early in the trip, he had to dodge a bunch of incoming asteroids and blast his ship away from a star, which is impressive considering the speed involved.
The planet Namek is outside Earth's quadrant of the universe, and it took his ship 6 days to make the journey. Traveling a quarter of the universe's diameter would put the ship over 9.5 trillion times the speed of light.
And Goku would have had to keep up with that kind of speed to do all that other stuff.
Makes sense given far weaker
Okay,
characters can
well,
reach
never
the moon
mind.
in a
Looks like,
fraction of a second. Should be
BARDOCK
trivial enough
also
for
has a
Bardock.
All
speed
this speed and power
advantage.
meant when Bardock and his team assaulted the planet Cereal,
The
they
pl-
went, cheerio!
Bardock
So,
ravaged the
like,
planet,
I knew
annihilating its
Bardock-
people, until he found two survivors, a mother and her child. Some may call it weakness, others a moment of clarity, but Bardock was suddenly reminded of his wife and recently born son. He chose to spare the two, and even pushed himself far past his limits to protect them from his own Frieza Force allies, who taunted that Frieza had dire plans for the Saiyans' future.
This moment changed Bardock, making him more appreciative of his family and cautious of Frieza. When all the Saiyans were called back to Planet Vegeta for mysterious
Well.
reasons, he had a hunch something was up. So before his final stand, smashing through hundreds of soldiers before coming face to face with the tyrant, he sent his youngest kid away for protection. A choice that allowed his son to thrive. And hey, that's what good parents do.
A choice that would have a greater significance than Bardock could ever imagine.
And then Dildo Dickhead blew them all up and he died.
The end.
Or did he? Bardock got killed so freaking hard he got blasted back in time.
Actually, he was pulled away by these two who miscalculated and misplaced him incorrectly in the time stream.
Blah blah blah, non-canon, whatever. He survived. And when he realized what happened, he got so unbelievably pissed off, he went Super Saiyan. What?
Alright, this is very much an alternate universe what-if scenario.
Yeah.
And it is jarring. But think about it. The Super Saiyan form is not achieved through training alone. It requires dedication, introspection, victory, failure, love, and loss. Frieza destroyed the Saiyans because he feared the possibility
Well,
of
at
the
least
Super Saiyan,
they were
a
going
Saiyan with power that
more
could
in
rival
depth
his
than
own.
just
But perhaps Bardock's transformation
glowy
was more
hair
than
go
simply
boo.
a what if. He had begun to take the very steps his son later would to achieve the form. Perhaps if Frieza had hesitated, even for a moment, his fear would have manifested before him right then and there.
Damn, pour one out for Bardock, who figured out how to be the truest Saiyan right at the end of it all. I know Kakarot would be proud.
Well, now on to the
Shout out to
fight.
everyone who believed in us during our recent crowdfunding.
And joining you in that support is the first ever sponsor for an independent death metal episode, Manscaped.
Manscaped's
Ooh.
newest masterpiece is the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra.
So I can
in
shave my
forged
balls.
gold. Talk about a fancy name.
This special edition trimmer is the perfect tool for the golden era of hair grooming, where precision, luxury,
I'll
and
sit through
performance
the
meet.
ad.
There's limited quantities available, so you need to pick one up soon.
If you're anything
So-
like me, your scruff grows all
No,
over
just
the place
make-
way too fast. Or maybe you
So
get that
healing,
itchy
that, based off of the calculations, I assumed OMNIMAN would have speed, but looks like BARDOCK's taking speed as well. I always assumed BARDOCK would have strength, given he's like, can blow up all the planets in base, so... I'm wondering how the fight will reflect the stats between the two, because obviously, you know, they're not just gonna make a 3-second animation of a Speed Blitz one-shot. So there's always gonna be a degree of, okay, the animation doesn't reflect the results. That's, like, forgivable. You know what? We'll find out right
All right,
now.
the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Alright, I'm looking forward to this. Animation's looking nice already. First new fight in months, dude. I am excited.
Great. Another gross bug planet.
That's gonna annoy Nolan. And we've...
This planet isn't anyone's to conquer.
Don't underestimate me!
Okay, they're already displaying the strength pretty well. Definitely, the skill involved,
Just like my son, sticking his nose in places he's not ready for.
My sons would kick his ass!
Did they just do the inverse of my dad'll beat your ass in a fight? Key spam, the most useless move in Dragon Ball. Great ape already based on the move.
Whatever you are, you're an embarrassment.
Oh, the what?
You see, the
It's like chest booster. Alright, boost great ape fight, let's go!
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Oh. Brother, it is unfair that he's... Oh!
shit.
So they got... Is that a stone?
No. My sons need me.
Is
I won't let
he
you
a...
take me from my war.
Seems a bit sudden of a change, but... At least death-wise. Oh, that's actually a cool shot. Not even really. Alright.
Your time is up! Saiyan!
remember it.
What? Cap! No way. Bull. What? Oof. Not. There is no way that.
Fuck.
Fucking what?
Oh, okay, these Gokus have got to stop picking fights with guys in capes.
Pitting Saiyan against Viltrumite is fascinating. Among the many similarities, 5 specific categories stand out.
Starting with
No,
speed.
dude.
Bardock is much faster, given his power level matched Goku dodging asteroids at 9.5 trillion times light speed, much higher than the Viltrumite's fastest speed. Add on the 50 times multiplier from Super Saiyan, and it's a huge difference.
Did I
Bardock
get it
clearly
wrong?
has the speed advantage, but strength and durability are another story.
No.
Though it doesn't seem like it at first, Bardock scales to King Veggie, who wrecked 3 planets at once, and Omni-Man only smashed 1. But given how big that one planet was, the numbers are actually pretty similar, until we factor in the Super Saiyan boost, right?
Well, there's a catch. A major plot point in Invincible involves the coalition of planets admitting that their weapons cannot hurt Viltrumites.
So, when their ship's cannon obliterated this gigantic solar disk, it highlighted just how tough the Viltrumites really are.
This disk completely
Oh,
blocked the sunlight and heat
that
between the
is-
planet and its star. And this is no ordinary planet.
Well,
its size and
guess
density
I
are
was-
so high that its inhabitants
Shoot,
are at
I guess everyone was wrong there. People thought this was gonna be a Bardock one.
as
So
strong as Viltrumites just due
Well,
to living
this
in
is gonna
actual
be a
gravity.
controversial
To fully buck the light of
episode.
such a planet and remain in consistent orbit, the disk would need to be positioned at its
I
own
am
point, a spot
genuinely
that creates an
upset I
uneven
got
view
this
between sun
wrong.
and satellite, and the disk itself must be about half the diameter of the star in question. This means the scaling of the disk puts it at 3 septillion tons,
That's 24 zeros!
which makes Omni-Man
Dog,
over
I am.
11,000 times stronger than base Bardock.
Not even the Great Ape or Super Saiyan forms could make up that difference. So strength goes to Nolan.
Still, numbers aren't everything. As far as versatility in combat goes, neither had one distinct
I
advantage
literally
that could
got
be
it
right.
Omni-Man
backwards.
survives in space for much longer, but Bardock barely squeaks out the edge here thanks to his ranged versatility with key attacks and, of course, Super Saiyan.
Okay, let's address the Super Saiyan Bardock thing. It's perfectly fair to question whether or not the form should
I
be
mean,
in this
I
comparison at all.
personally wasn't
However,
gonna give it
even
to
with the
him,
form
but-
included, Nolan still takes this, especially when it comes to our last 2 categories, experience and stamina.
Yep, Omni-Man's been around a lot longer than Bardock.
And
over 2,000
can
years,
fly for
and even
weeks
with Super
straight,
Saiyan,
so.
Bardock's no master of the form.
And without that mastery, the form drains the user's energies at an increased rate.
Well.
Which brings us to what may be Omni-Man's most surprising advantage.
Those weird smart atoms.
Saiyans like Bardock can fight for days on end, but only for so long. Bardock possesses a limited pool of ki, which only depletes faster when using super forms like the Great Ape.
This
in contrast, Omni-Man's biology prevents him from tiring in most cases, letting him travel across whole galaxies for weeks non-stop. And his smart atoms adjust to counter whatever physical strain he's subjected to.
Well, they
Crazy
certainly
speed and
started
power
off
made
with a
him a real
surprise.
Nolan's strength, experience, and sheer endurance presented an unstoppable and unshakable force that would inevitably land the killing blow.
When push came to shove, Omni-Man
Well.
raised the bar. Duck.
The winner is Omni-Man.
Next time on Death Battle.
Wait, Joe! Let's go!
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Oh, that is such a good next time. Well, please like, share, and subscribe if you, please like, share, and subscribe if you made it this far. Please check out my every Death Battle character that beats Goku video, here, and, see y'all next time.